in the city of angels with the palm trees. I see the lights, camera actions all around me. I'm trying to win now, they used to doubt me. I'm trying to win now, they used to doubt me. Cause I'm in LA with it, for the vibes. I got a Californian tee up on the ride. They ask me how I'm living right, yeah. Now is you with me cause there ain't no switching sides, yeah. Cause I'm in LA with it, for the vibes. I got a Californian tee up on the ride. They ask me how I'm living right, yeah. Now is you with me cause there ain't no switching sides, yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. John Lopez UK here today, and today we're reviewing the 2020 BMW M4 competition G82 in Beamng.Drive. I believe this is the first of the M4 of this generation to come to Beamng.Drive, but anyway, we've got our hands on it. Let's just see how good this mod is. So, for a start, a bit of background about the vehicle. Now, this is the BMW M4 to replace the F80 generation of the BMW 3 Series and 4 Series. And this one will, this is what it looks like. This is the cover photo for it currently, as it's, I believe it's in its beta stage. Country of origin, Germany. Sports wagon is the chassis. Brand BMW Coupe. The years that will be in service, I believe from 2001 to 2023, were uncertain from that point onwards, and it does come in many different colours. Anyway, I've got myself a version right here. We might as well grab something that's a bit more, well, how do you say it? There we go. That's a bit more like it. Anyway, let's get right into it. Let's go over all the details of the exterior of the car first of all. So on the exterior, of course, this is not a BMW M4 video without talking about the massive grille up front. Now, people will start unsubscribing to my channel, but I do want to confess, I quite like the new grille. I think it works quite well with the current front bumper design and the current modern look of the car, and it does offer a bit more airflow into the vehicle. So sadly, I'm going with BMW on this one. I do really like it. Anyway, moving on to the sides, we've got BMW M4 competition. Of course, you've got yellow brake calipers. Really nice, very detailed. I should do it on this side because this side actually looks much better. There we go. Right, so there you go. You can see all the details. That's carbon fiber right there. Nice door lines. Everything looks good. Everything looks modernly detailed. In the rear, we have the number plate lights right there. We've got the plate. What else have we gotten? The rear tail lights look pretty nice. Definitely a big upgrade from the previous generation. Although the rear end, I slightly like the older generation, the F80 generation of the BMW M4. Yeah, I quite like that one a little bit better. Carbon fiber roof. Now let's take a look at the interior of the car actually, since this is quite detailed. So, of course, no working gauges just yet. I mean, ESC and TCS are currently off, so that's why the warning lights are on, but those are currently, that's about it. No screen just yet. Nothing over there, just, you know, not yet. Here's the gear selector, of course. If you're used to BMW's new system, this is what it looks like. Just a few missing textures, but I reckon those will get fixed in version 1.2. Anyway, rear seats looking quite detailed there. Not too much of a fan of the yellow and blue interior, but definitely works by my standards. Anyway, we've got the M stitching all over the car as well. Seat belts are also very detailed. Mirrors do work, at least, yeah, they actually, so yeah, the mirrors actually do work in all this, so it's quite nice. Anyway, I've actually driven the car for a little bit just to make sure it's a working mod. Most mods, when you accelerate off the line and the car does this, you pull the handbrake and the car dies. This one doesn't, so this one has been properly made, does work pretty well. Car slides pretty well, it's pretty decent. Let's put it into comfort mode. and it does pretty well for itself. Acceleration 0 to 60. I reckon that's a simple 4 seconds, I'd say. Still uncertain. I've never actually seen the new BMW M4 actually overtorque risk. There is a slight problem. I believe there is no radiator in this current vehicle, so I believe that's why the engine is at high risk of exploding currently, as it doesn't have an engine. No, it does have an engine. It doesn't have the radiator of the vehicle. So, right, let's take a look at the customization. So the current version of this car, actually, everything is in German. So if you can't read German, you can read this on the side. This is all English. So I'm not even going to try to pronounce all this stuff because you guys won't understand any of it. So let's just go ahead and let's do this. So navigation unit, we've got beam navigation. Let's see how well that works. Well, it's a bit glitched inside. Also, I will point one thing out. So this vehicle right here is actually it's actually using a replacement. The ETK K series is actually the base model of this car. So basically, they took the ETK K series and they swapped on all the parts and they swapped everything over. It's not a completely separate mod right now, so you will see some references to the ETK K series right now. So just understand that not everything's like original. So anyway, brake line lock, we don't need to worry about that. Backlight, nothing there. Fuel tank, all this doesn't really matter. We've got a light bar, which is Polizei, and it does work. Now, is it glitching through the car? Actually, people are always going to be wondering, will it glitch through the vehicle? It's not actually. I mean, it does right around here, but besides that, it's a pretty nice light bar, and it works. So definitely unique right there. You've got the fenders, which you can't really change. You've got the tank, can't really change that either. You've got this, headlights, can't really change those either. You've got the bonnet, can't change that. Although, an empty bonnet, here's a look at the engine bay. Standard BMW M, whatever you'd expect in a BMW engine. Anyway, let's put the bonnet back on the vehicle. And then we have actual radiator in the front. Now, of course, this radiator is going to cause the vehicle to have some issues, so there is an M Performance radiator, which is this one right here. I've actually just noticed there are lights in the front that actually fit. Now, of course, if we zoom in real closely, I reckon these ought to be floating. Yeah, they're a bit floating, but they do work. So anyway, after that, we've got roll cage. This won't fit. I guarantee this one won't fit. I'm going to be honest, I can't even see the roll cage, so probably doesn't work. Anyway, we can forget about that. What else have we gotten? We've got driver's seat and passenger seat. These don't actually exist, but the steering wheel you can swap out for different ones. I'm actually going to swap on this steering wheel, so you guys can just see the difference between a couple of them. There we go. That's really all the customization you really get. Taillights, do this if you like, and then a lot of other stuff. And we actually, the gauges, you can get United States gauges or you can get the EU gauges. Now the United States gauges, nothing works. Oh no, it does work, it's just there's no texture for the rear of the gauges. So the gauges, they do work and stuff, and actually it's a bit glitched in, but it does work. You just have to sort of, you know, doesn't necessarily work too well. Anyway, after that, what have we got? We've got the front bumper. So you've got this one, which is the new look. There we go. It's basically so if you know JB cars, basically his Photoshop work, that's what this is. Now, do I like this better? I can't say with this here being absolutely horrendous. But anyway, I'll swap on the original. It does offer you that other option if you do like that one. Sports trim. There is a lot of this trim stuff that doesn't actually work. This is all carried over from the other one. Front number plate, we have the EU plate, which is this style, and then we have the US plate, which is this one, which I actually do not think works with the look of this car. Now, this one wraps around it, but although if you want to go for it, empty looks the best. Right, rear bumper, you've got just the rear bumper. No modifications. This sports trim doesn't work. It's all carried over from the ETK series. You got this, all this works actually, and yeah, you can't swap any of that out either. You've got the safety electronics, so basically you've got this thing. You don't really have to worry about that. All of this is just the car system and stuff like that, stability control. You can decide what you want, what you don't want. I actually don't want anti-brakes, so I'm gonna turn that off. But anyway, that's about it. Lights, lead side siren number 10. Right, and then what else have we gotten? I'm going to empty that out. We don't need it. Now, the engine is the BMW S58B30993CM3. So, we've got the standard one. We can get a performance long block. If you want. You can also get these, of course, engine mounts. You guys have to decide what you want to upgrade. So, just going to equip myself with this one. Works like an absolute charm. Intake, we got the stage 1 turbocharger, and then we got the stage 2 turbocharger. Bad. Stage 2 works, gets the vehicle sideways. And actually, we heard rumours that this car might be on Forza Horizon 5, so we're going to have to wait to see that. Anyway, we've got front suspension, rear suspension, which is actually BMW-ish stuff. And then that's about it. Now, of course, the differential is empty in the front, and never mind, I thought something was empty here. Also, we've got the boot of the car as well. So, what have we got in the boot? So in the boot of the car, we've got the competition logo. You can empty that if you don't want it. Like I said, it really does affect the lighting of the rear tail lights, though. They don't shine with it. So, and then we've got the EU plate as well, or the US plate. The US plate doesn't work. Just don't like how it looks. And then we can empty that. If you don't want a plate, you can do that. Ram rates, of course. Spoiler. Now you've got a couple of options for a spoiler. Now you've got this one, which you can't modify, sadly, but you do have these, which actually they don't work. Although this one sort of looks like, if you're doing cinematic recording and stuff like that, and you're doing front end view, this one works and this one works. All right, those two will work. This one though, just not looking the part, and then yeah. Although that works definitely. So then again, you can't remove this current one, and then you've got the exhaust system. Anyway, that's all of the customization, everything done with this car right now. Let me just show you guys a couple of things to keep in mind. First up, the vehicle is, I believe it's in its beta stage, so ripping apart the door and stuff won't be as easy as that, but when ripping the doors out, keep one thing in mind. It is, the front end of it is sort of glued into this, so if it takes you a while just to rip it all apart, just understand that's normal. And then we got the boot, raise that up, broke it actually, that's pretty bad. But decent sized boot, you probably fit about 1 to 2 humans, dead bodies in the boot, of course. And then you've got the bonnet. BMW engine. Right, anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I actually want to see if these tires are ruinable. Yeah, they are. Ooh, you can even break the spokes. You can do that, that's nice. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you on the next episode. We do a burnout. Right, peace.